architect, and I advise to always look for 2 architects. Why I say for 2 architects is because for each area, there is a difference in price. The price for a low density, medium density, and high density cost of doing a house design are very different. So once you have got 2 architects, these 2 architects will give you their price for building a house in which and any one of the 2 areas. Now that you have found yourself these 2 architects, if an architect tells you a price and he never asks you to go see your site, you have a problem. Because you are going to need to have a cost for a site inspection. This reason is for the architect to understand what your stand is all about. I cannot go and give an architect in Bulawayo a job which needs to be done in Harare. Because if I do that, I've already made a very big mistake, because the person is not going to come all the way from Bulawayo to Harare. And once that happens, that architect is normally not going to do anything which is correct, because this architect, you are going to need him later in this process. Because whatever they have drawn on paper, they need to come and verify that for sure the builders are doing the correct thing. But before we go all that way, I would always say that if you're looking for an architect, if you're looking to build in Harare, look for an architect in Harare. That person will be able to go and visit your site and be able to look at the site. The reason why they're going to be looking at your site is for the landscaping. One, to understand that if you buy a piece of land where there is no sewage, that means that you need to you need to build a septic tank. And you're building a septic tank, it needs to sit in a certain direction. If there is electricity, your house needs to be in a certain direction so that they can easily connect for electricity onto your stand. He needs to know whereby do we build 3 meters from the boundaries of the wall? Can we build 1.5 meters from the boundary? They will know this according to the location. In high density, if I'm correct, it can be anywhere between 1 meter. Medium density, I think it's 2 to 3 meters. And in low density, it is definitely 3 meters and above. So all these things need to be looked at, and the person needs to also then look at the orientation of the rising of the sun and the setting of the sun. And if you're a person who's going to be using solar because there is no electricity, he needs to position your house in such a way that it does then accumulate to you being able to use solar electricity, and for all these things to be considered. Once we have gone through all these things, the architect is the first person that we have now contacted. Now we give them the plan of what we want them to do, not the other way around. We are giving them our dream. Our dream is, I want my house to be so many rooms, so many whatever, and they are now working round to match your needs. The architect is there to design for you your dream house, not for the architect to dream of a house that they want for you. You are the one who's giving them the list of things that you do want. When an architect gives you the first draft of whatever they have drawn for you, you are the one who needs to be able to say to yourself, what is there? Let us talk about high density. Normally in high density, we will not have enough space to put a garden, to put so much things, because the amount of land that we have is very small. And it being very small, there will not be enough land for us to have all the landscaping. That would not be able. Medium and high, it's possible. But these are the things that you, as the person who owns the land, what do you want? Because an architect will just do whatever they feel is correct, but they are not, you are the one who needs to know that are these things that I'm getting on this piece of land or which are being done, are they correct? Now, when you do that, you are now in control of your land. Now, what am I saying? An architect's fee in Zimbabwe can range anything from $150 all the way north to even $2,000, depending on the size of your stand or the size of your house that you want them to construct. So I've given you a rough estimate of how much an architect can cost. Anything from $100, $150, all the way to $2,000. But this is roughly a better, much more given guide that I'm going to give. For low density houses, which are about 100 square meters, you are looking anything between 150 to 250. Anything from 100 square meters going upwards, you are looking from anything between 250 to 500. Anything above, let's say about 400 square meters, you are looking anything between $1,000 going up. But I want us to go backwards. Why I said I need you to go backwards is because when we look at these fees, even if I decide that in a high density, I want to build, let me say in a low density, I just want to build something that is very small. Do not expect it to be $100 and $150. In low density, it will be more expensive. Reasons being is because the location that you are building these things and then the permits that may be needed for these things are going to vary. You build in a low density area and it is one which has got council, which needs council approval. You are going to need to pay council fees. Those fees you are paid directly to the council, and then there will be site inspections by the council for that construction, because that council will be wanting you to build according to their rules and regulations. Then in the medium and high density, as there some areas in the high density, if it's already a well built up area, you will still need to go to council, and there will be council fees that you will need to pay, be it medium, high, or low density. There are those council fees that you need to pay. And when you need to pay those fees will be paid directly to those councils, either for inspection, or if it's not for inspection, it is for you to make sure that you are building according to code. These are the basics that we need to make sure that we do understand. So, what have we talked about? You purchasing the land, 1. 2, you getting a favorable piece of land which is in the correct place that you do want, with the amount of things that are available and the amenities that we can say are amenities. Because to me, electricity, water, and sewage is amenities which are normally not found in each and every place that you do buy. 3, make sure that your paperwork that you have got is the correct kind of paperwork when purchasing the land. Please make sure that lawyers are involved for this. Be it a lawyer who will make sure that the paperwork that you are being signing is correct and is valid. 4, we have dreamt our house. We have dreamt about it in our heads. We have made sure that we have done everything that we want. Now we wanted to put it on paper. We put all the amenities that we want, everything that we want. 5, we have looked for the architect within the price range that we can afford. And now at this point in time, the architect has given us our drawings, and our drawings are here. We have looked at them. We are happy. We are now about to go into the next stage. Thank you very much for watching this start of this channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Please give a like. And for everyone, please give us more comments, and I will give you more update as we go on.